YouTube, and welcome to episode 16 of the FM21 Road to Glory with Marseille. As you can see, we are taking on Atletico Madrid today in the first game of the Champions League group stage, and as you can see, the league is quite tight at the moment. Our goal difference is really good, but we have 11 points from 5 games. As you can see, we've got Makoko, Salcedo and Edouard all with 4 goals each, with Makoko with 3 assists. This has been the season so far. So we drew with Lens, beat Rennes, and then drew 2-2 with Monaco, which was quite frustrating. So I've been playing around with the team. I haven't really settled on a system. We've used a similar system like this before, but I'm just unsure of what role to use the striker on. So we're going to go Salcedo, Makoko and Edouard as a front 3. We've got Dane Scarlett, who can play up front or off the left. So we've got options. We've got Karabek here, who's a very good midfielder who could play as our Mazzala. Even as on attack duty, he looks very solid as well. But today we're going to go with Hadji in that Mazzala role, with Martinelli and Tonali, with Divine bombing down and Dumfries dropping in as the inverted fullback. We're going to play with Francis as the centre back, just because he's just got that better pace, better passing, and he sort of suits the system a little bit better. So here we go. This is a big game. The other game we're going to show in this episode is PSG. So we're going to see how this tactic goes against one of the big dogs in the league. But we've been playing good football, but we've just been conceding a little bit too much. So that's why I'm going back to a system that I kind of know should be able to give us a bit more defensive stability, so that we can hopefully try and not concede as many silly goals that we've been conceding lately. So hopefully we can kind of dominate possession a little bit more. Obviously that's a tough ask against a good side like Atletico Madrid, which is why I've gone with the 3-man midfield, just to try and sort of stem some of that bleeding at the moment, and then try and really go quick on the counter, because we're still going to have our good 3 boys up front. So here's a ball in, Murata Merritt, good save, great save from the Italian stallion in the goal. Here we go, Carrasco, highlight still alive, up, and it's over the bar. So I've dropped it down to a positive mentality as well. I just want to try and see how we can dictate the play. So we've had 55% of the ball, 93% pass completion as well, as Man United do go one ahead of Shakhtar Donetsk. And we do have a really tough group, which is going to be hard for us to get out of. Even if we end up in the Europa League, I'm not going to be too disappointed this season, but I would love to try, and we do need to win this game probably. The 2 games against Atletico Madrid are going to be the 2 massive games. I think Man United, they're just so good on FM21 that it's going to be impossible to try and overrule Man United, but it also means we don't have to see them potentially until later in the tournament if we can get out of the group. So here we go, Montiel driving down our right wing. It's Salcedo. Got to win that ball. He did so well, but then Sal cleaned it up for Atletico Madrid. Highlight still alive. Oh, what a strike. It's still in. Todibo, well cleared. Here we go. Going to encourage the boys just to see if we can get a positive reaction. The possession's starting to slide a little bit. That's our ball here. Here we go. Todibo, Martinelli, Todibo, Dumfries. It's going to be interesting to see how he goes on the inverted wing-back role as Makoko drops in, picks the ball up. Eddie Salcedo's offside. Good football though, and that's what I want to see. I like that Makoko's dropped in a little bit deeper there to open that space up in for Salcedo, who's playing as our inside forward. So that's exactly what I want to see from the movement. We just got to get the timing of the movement right now. So you can see that Makoko had dropped in, and that opens up this space here for that ball to get played into, which is exactly what I want to see from the boys. We do need to try and create a couple more chances though. For the dominance we had early on, we weren't able to convert it into any chances, where Atletico Madrid have created 9 shots already. South, ball in, dealt with, only as far as Cucurella. Ball in again, Correa over the bar. Come on, lads. Let's get to half-time. We're doing okay. I'm pleased. Even though we only had the 1 shot, I'm pleased with how we're playing. The stats sort of indicate that it's not too bad. We can live with this at the moment. I am not too disappointed. I don't want that. I want that. There we go. Carrasco, Llorente, dealt with. Here we go. That ball's going to go forward though, Hadji. I don't know why. So we are sitting really deep though. I know Edouard's on support, but I mean, we should have Salcedo out the other side. That's a great strike from Yannick Carrasco. And we're going to bring that back up. We're going to go attacking, and we're going to encourage. Let's get rid of that. There we go. So we can see a little bit more. Here we go. Come on, boys. Got to try and dig deep here now. How can we respond? We've had a few shots now, so it looks like we're getting a little bit more dominance as the game goes on. Here we go. Martinelli, Tedibo, Dumfries, Martinelli, come on. Makoko, Dumfries. Why is that ball? Okay, I'm not going to complain. There we go. Yanis Hadji gets us back on level terms. We've got Tonali really struggling, so we're going to get Christensen into the midfield. And let's go. Come on. Eddie Saucedo's not having the best game apparently, but that's fine. What can we do here? Can we find something? 10 minutes to go. Edouard is struggling, so we're going to get a change out wide. We'll go Harvey Elliott. We'll turn it into an inverted winger on support. And then we'll get Reece Devine off for Amavi. Come on, boys. Can we find something? Can we find a way back into the game here? As Man United are 6-0 up. Look, a 1-1 draw away from home isn't the worst result possible. And I would probably take it, to be honest, if it was offered to me at the start of the game. And it looks like that's going to be the full-time whistle. Everyone thought we'd get beaten. I am more than happy to take a point away from home at Atletico Madrid. So let's see how the next few games go. I'm hoping this is going to be the system that we roll with until we get to PSG. I wouldn't mind having a look at some of the analytics. What have we got here? So it's 22 shots to 6. We had slightly more possession, but I think we've done enough there. So you are going to see us against PSG. So I will give you guys an update on the Brest and Dion game. But so far, no losses this season. That is the main thing for me. Welcome back, YouTube. As you can see, we are going to be taking on Shakhtar Donetsk today. And as you can also see, we have just beaten PSG 3-0 in the league. This is how the game panned out. They had 5 shots on target. We had 9. They had a little bit more possession of the ball. Nascimento scored a double and Martinelli also grabbed one from the midfield. So for the league, it is extremely tight here between us, Lyon and PSG after only 8 games so far this season. So for the Champions League, this is how the group looks. So Man United won 6-0 against Shakhtar Donetsk in their game against them. This is the team we are going to use today to take on Shakhtar Donetsk. We're going Makoko up front as a complete forward. We're going to throw Hadji out here on the right wing on support. He has 16 crossing, 15 first touch, 15 passing, 16 technique. Tries killer balls often, shoots from the distance, tries to play way out of trouble and tries long range free kicks. So his traits don't really impact us. His left and right foot are very, very strong. I didn't even realise that was there before. So what's Scarlett got? Fairly and very. Wow, I did not know that was there. Makoko is got a crappy left foot, so that's fine. Elliot, what's he got? Left very strong, right weak. Okay, and then Nascimento, what's he rocking with? A reasonable left foot and a very strong right foot. Okay, fair enough. Is he fit though? That's the question. He's not quite. What's he fit for? Not fitness test not required. Maybe some way short of full fitness. Okay, so we might not play it. We'll go with our boy Karabek instead. That's a good thing that I checked that. So he's a left-footed. So we've got 2 left-footed midfielders playing. We'll play with Reece Devine because we can always make a change at left back if needed. I don't think Amavi's actually quite fit, is he? Yeah, he's still out for another week. That is fine. That is the team. Let's get into the game. Eddie Saucedo is the one that misses out, as well as Edouard. But I think Saucedo is the one that can probably hold his spot a bit easier. I think Edouard's going to struggle a bit more this year to keep his spot in the team. He'll sort of be that backup striker up front for us. And then we've also got Willem who can play across the front 3. So things have been looking really, really good so far this season. Obviously, we haven't lost a game yet in the league or in the Champions League. So you've got to keep the momentum rolling. Got to turn some of these interesting draws into wins. That's probably the one big factor that we need to try and address moving forward as Karabek finding Scarlett, and it's somehow cleared there. This is the kind of game that we need to win. So we've got the draw away from home against Atletico Madrid. This is where you then got to back it up whilst Atletico Madrid and Manchester United are versing each other. This is where you definitely need to take 3 points and at least show everybody that we've taken 4 points from our first 2 games in the, I was about to say in the league, but in the group is probably the better way to go. We are going to move it to key highlights as well because it does lengthen the videos out just a little bit, probably too much. at the moment. So here we go. Dane Scarlett driving down this left channel, finds Tonali. Dumfries in that inverted wing-back role. Elliott's gone for an absolute long shot from miles out. But we've kept the ball really well here, but there's not really a lot of options as Elliott drifts into that space out wide, which is now occupied by Hadji. We've sort of got three guys playing in that same space there, which wasn't ideal with Hadji, Elliott and Dumfries. So hopefully they can figure out a bit of spacing there and try and work those overlaps a little bit better with Hadji as being that winger. So here we go. Dumfries, can he just play it wide? Does. Finds Hadji, who's actually played really, really well since joining us, can use either foot, picks out Scarlett, Makoko's through, well dealt with there by the Shakhtar defence as it falls back out to Devine. He's our real creative option down this left-hand side. He just picks balls out for fun, just like that. Hits Dane Scarlett right on the head, and we are 1-0 up at home against Shakhtar Donetsk. And Reece Devine, I don't understand how he's not developing, but he almost doesn't have to develop because he's playing so well. I don't get it. He averages like a 7.3. He gets assists every other game, and he's still, I'll have a quick look at it in a minute, but he's still just sitting like 2.5 stars. Maybe it's because the rest of the team's getting good, but I don't think his attributes are really flying up either, which is a little concerning, but I'm not going to complain too much because the output's still there. So here we go. Hadji drops it short to Tonali. Back to Hadji. Finds Tonali again. Edge of the box, Tadibo has a strike. Don't quite know why Tadibo's having a shot there. There was another ball out wide to reopen that space, but we are looking really good here. I would love a second goal just to really put some distance between us and Shakhtar as Scarlett finds Dumfries into Elliott, Makoko, Hadji goal, 2-0, and that is the type of football that I love to see from the boys in white here in France. Look at this. So Scarlett just picks it up, drops it inside. Dumfries, Elliott, 2 touch, Makoko, 1 touch, Hadji, 3 touches, bang, goal. Thank you for coming, and that is 2-0 to us. Can we just not concede here? That'd be nice. Dumfries, Elliott, long ball, doesn't find Makoko. There is a big gap between Makoko and our midfield, but can we win this ball up higher now? As Shakhtar trying to just find something to play through as Tonali nods it back quite convincingly for us, and this is where I love watching our transitions from here. We just pick the balls nice and easily. There's always space. Someone's always moving in and out of space. So Dane driving, has the movement up front of the boys as well. Drops it back to Vine, Karabek, Makoko blocked. Elliott's there, and we just keep possession of the ball. Dumfries, what a strike from Denzel Dumfries on his weak foot is as well, if you don't mind. And that is 3-0 to Marseille, and we are absolutely flying. It looks like Man United are beating Atletico Madrid, which would be good for us because then if we can get some form of a result against Man United and just keep that distance from Atletico Madrid, then we're going to be in the driver's seat to get out of this group as well. Elliott, Hadji. I thought Hadji should have gone far post there because he had that space, but let's see what comes from the corner. The highlight continues. Tonali, Hadji, ball in, Scarlett dealt with. Konoplia, I'm assuming that might be Konoplianka. They just can't fit his name on the whole screen as Reece Devine. Oh, that's not even Devine, that's Karabak. Well done. Tracks back really well and finds the ball for us. We had 13 shots or 14 shots, 6 on target. Harry Maguire puts Man United 3-0 up. Atletico Madrid are going to be on 1 point after 2 games. And a draw in their game with Shakhtar would be nice. This is a great opportunity. Let's keep playing. Let's see what comes. So they're playing a 5-4-1, so they're playing so negative and they're 3-0 down. I don't quite get that from Shakhtar Donetsk because they're not a bad side. They've got good players, but they're just setting up so just negative. So I don't quite understand what the thought process behind their approach is because I don't think they're going to really be too successful in this group if they don't go after, especially us. Like I'd say we're the third side out of all the teams in the group as Marlos does stick one into the back of the net, which was quite of a lucky rebound for them, and I'm pretty close to probably taking Dane off because he is definitely struggling. So we'll bring on Salcido to see how we can go from there. Let's see how Eddie can recover from his time off the bench, and I'm going to probably take Tonali off very soon as well as Hadji flicks it on. Makoko, wow, how does Makoko miss that header? Are you kidding me? He's so much better than that, but it doesn't matter. Now, what have we got? We've got Devine struggling, and we've also got Dumfries struggling. So what we might do is we might Move Francis over to right back. We'll bring Christensen on there. And we'll bring Martinelli into the midfield. And that will be our subs done. So hopefully there's no injuries, no red cards, so that we don't get any major concerns to worry about for the rest of the game as Karabakh finds Tonali. As Man United go 4-0 up. Dumfries, Makoko. Oh, I thought that was just going to find its way into the side netting there, but it wasn't meant to be. Can we just hold on here as Sam does score for Atletico Madrid? We've kept Shakhtar to one shot on target, and it was the one shot that's gone in. And that kind of highlights where we are defensively a little bit as well. We are conceding just a bit too much for my liking, but the next position I'm really looking to strengthen at is centre-back, as Makoko went on an amazing run. We probably took the shot probably a little bit too early, but still forced a big save from the keeper, as Reece Devine now finds Eddie Saucedo. Devine, what a ball, finds Makoko, and that ball was Devine from Reece Devine. What a ball into Yusufa Makoko to bag himself a goal. Let's watch this again. This is absolutely fantastic, and this is exactly what he provides this team. Look at this. Takes a few touches, bang, in behind the defence, puts it on a platter. Makoko just says, thank you very much, my English friend. He's on an 8.9 rate. He's on a 9 rating from left back. He is absolutely unbelievable. I'm so happy we've got Reece Devine here with us in Marseille. And we need to have a little Reece Devine appreciation at the end of this episode here. Let's go. We get 2 million. Reece Devine gets 3 assists with a 9 rating, 95% pass completion. And here's Reece Devine. So he's sitting at 2.5 star current ability. I don't get it. I really don't understand how he's still 2.5 stars. So his progress looks really good. He's really cranking up now. What about his attributes? Let's go all time. What have we got? 1 marking. If anyone's got any way we can get Reece Devine's overall ability up. Now, where's his training? So what have we got him on? We've got him training. He's on half intent. Oh, because he's just played. That's why. So we're going to go defender, left, fullback on support. And we're going to focus. What do we need to focus on as well? That's the other issue. There's not really a lot to focus on, but obviously we'll put his defensive positioning. But he is just unbelievable. But anyway, now I'm starting to ramble a little bit. So if you've enjoyed this episode, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. In the next episode, we'll probably show the Manchester United and probably the Lyon game, depending on what the group is looking like. That's probably the big factor. If the group's really getting tight, we might show them Madrid, we might show Shakhtar. We'll see what the group's looking like prior. We don't have any other real big games other than Lyon. We get a real easier stretch to come through that part of the season, which is nice. But anyway, so if you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you give it a big like on here on YouTube. Make sure you join the Discord. The link will be in the description. And make sure you come over to Twitch at Paulie29 to catch all the action live when we are live. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have a fantastic day.